It's the I Can't Mom Today podcast with Heather, the new mom, and Vera, the seasoned mom. I Can't Mom Today.
Hey, this is Vera and Heather back again for another episode of I Can't Mom Today podcast. Did you notice how I put your name first?
I like it a lot. We should do that every day. We can alternate.
Maybe. I don't know. It really is like it was an accident, but I felt like I should say I did it on purpose.
My Jedi mind tricks are working.
Yes. Get out of there, brainworm.
You.
Today we're going to talk about sleep training your baby. And my experience with it and your experience with it and how I joined a group online and then I bought like a online, I don't know, it's all the rage, online, course.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how that worked.
Yeah. Well, as you know, he still wakes up sometimes. So we had, he was probably almost a year before he really started sleeping through the night. He would just still wake up, whatever, and getting him to sleep. So he was waking up 2 to 3 times a night, and we're like, hell no, I'm done. Like, we're like, one more day, and we're putting a sign on him. So.
Sending him back to the kid factory. That's what I used to say to Luke.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sending you back to the kid factory. And then one day he comes to me. He's like, Mom, there's no kid factory. There's no kid factory. Why'd you tell me there was a kid factory?
That you know of.
5. Yeah, right?
Yeah, well, I'm like, we're giving him back. And Brad's like, I think the warranty's out.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, no returns. So I found this like sleep group on Facebook, and then like all good marketing. They are like, well, you can join our online course for $50. I was like, well, $50, it's not gonna, what is it gonna be bad? Like I'm gonna get something out of it, right? It's gonna be $50 worth. So we didn't want to do the cry it out method, which is basically like leave them in the room for however long until they
tried that
themselves,
Yeah.
And so we didn't want to do that because he would lose his mind. I mean, he really would. And it was insane how horrible this baby would cry. And he still does it to this day if like we don't go in there just because he's so sad. And he goes from like 0 to 5 million in about 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's like, we'll hear like, I mean, like, oh, it's insane.
Yeah.
Someone just poked him with a hot poker. So basically, I mean, we did learn a lot of really good techniques on leaving him at night, like at first, you do full touch where, he's in his crib and you are you have your hand on him, and then you slowly, move further and further away, like where he can see you and then where he can just hear your voice. And that really helped us put him down. Like most of the time now we can just, drop and go.
Yeah.
And not a problem.
How old is Baker now? Just to refresh.
He is 16 months. And I'm not a month person, but somebody just asked me that the other day. So I know that answer. We say a year because it's too much brain power to think about months.
Yeah.
So that worked really well for that. And we still couldn't get him to sleep through the night. And so when we went for his year checkup, the doctor was like, well, you've created this habit of him having a bottle every night, in the middle of the night. And, you're feeding him that bottle. And we're like, well, what are we supposed to do? And she's like, give him water. He'll get tired of it. And he did. Like within 3 days, he's like, stupid. And he stopped drinking it. And so he just stopped, which was great.
That's good. You know where that's also good too is when he starts potty training, because when they're potty training, you don't want to give them too much fluid right before bed because then they'll wet the bed. So that's good too, because you got him out of that habit for when you start getting into the potty training world.
Well, he still does it. He still takes a bottle right before he bed. It's just in the middle of the night. He wasn't waking up for that anymore.
Oh, okay, I see. Okay.
Now he's waking up because he has 4 teeth coming in all at the same time. So, yeah. So he just screams and then we pick him up and he's fine. And then we have to, over 20 minutes, rock him back to sleep and put him back down. So we're hoping to get him out of that soon.
So do you think that $50 was worth it?
Yeah. I mean, to get him to go, like, yes, I think for the, it didn't solve all our problems, but it helped. But there are also more intensive things because you can do a one-on-one with this person. But
Well, give us the cliff notes so that people don't have to spend the $50.
well, I did. Like you literally, it's stages. You do full touch, and I'm here. It's nighttime. Go to sleep, and then you do that for a few days, and then you just lay by his crib or whatever, and say, I'm here. It's nighttime. Go to sleep, and then you move further away, and then they can't hear you, and you're out of the room, and yeah, that's it.
Okay, so you slowly just kind of eke away as time goes by.
Yeah. And so it's just kind of like a gradual release, but you're definitely giving him that reassurance, like that you're still there. And, it's like when they get up, you lay them down for 3 times, like if they get up 3 times and after that stop, because it's just going to become a battle.
Yeah. Well, see, Lucas, he didn't sleep through the night until I think the first time he did, he was about over a year. He's probably around Baker's age.
Mm-hmm.
And like putting him to sleep, well, he would still, he just wasn't a good sleeper at all, period. And now finally, it took him until like teenage years to finally sleep. But he would, when he finally was sleeping through the night, even when he was like 3 or 4, he'd wake up at like 4:30 in the morning and crawl into bed with me and be like, "Can we get up now? Can we get up now?" He'd be all ready to go, and I'm like, "No, dude." And putting him to bed the night before, he would literally fall asleep with me holding, some of this, holding the doorknob on one side and him holding the doorknob on the other, trying to get out, and me holding it with a glass of wine in one hand and the doorknob in the other, not letting him out, and him crying. And this is after we've read the story, got him a glass of water, tucked him in, kissed him a million times. It wasn't like I just dumped him in his bed and left him there.
What do you mean? So, you judging me?
So he would he would end up, there were a couple times where he literally fell asleep on the other side of the door.
Yeah.
Not in bed, on the other side of the door. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He was a doorstop.
He was a doorstop, basically. And then, of course, I had friends that said you could switch around the doorknob so that it locks from your side. So then he's locked in his room. But that always made me nervous because of fire hazard stuff. Yeah. I'm like, what if I'm one of those parents that did that and then there was a fire and he got locked in his room and he died and I would kill myself if I ever did it, so didn't do that. I've got, I don't just have mom guilt, I have mom anxiety. So
yeah.
So yeah.
It's real.
Oh yeah, totally. Because you think of all the possible things that could happen and you're like, what if such and such happens and it's my fault and I will never be able to live with myself if something happened to him because of me, Yeah.
Definitely.
So it's like it's such a huge amount of responsibility. It's crazy, and those little boogers have their own minds. Like,
yes,
makes it so difficult.
I know.
Like, can't just be robotic and do what you tell them to do all the time.
I know. Where's your off switch?
Yeah, exactly.
Where's that mute button?
Turn them off. And go, okay, night, night, click, night, night.
I'm going to sleep now. Power down.
Right. But I wish that I had known that technique. Sounds really good though, that you got about the walking away slowly. That
it was because it was like a good compromise. It was like and it was because I was like, this is never gonna work.
Yeah.
And it really did. And I know that other people have more problems, and if you have examples of something that worked for you, or like these things didn't work for you but this did, go to our Facebook page, I Can't Mom Today, join and help our group out, because I'm sure there are people that these aren't going to work. Like, I'm always scared when Baker wakes up, like, is he going to have night terrors? Like, that terrifies me.
Oh yeah. Lucas never really had full-blown night terrors. Sometimes he'd have bad dreams.
Yeah, but I think everyone does, right?
Yeah, but nothing like where I remember reading about the night terrors thing where kids would just wake up screaming in the middle of the night and you're like, what is it?
I know, I can't. Like, I'm not looking forward to that time frame when I don't know if kids this young can have it, but that's what I think about every time he wakes up. I'm like,
what if he has night terrors?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. If you let your mom brain go into all the what ifs, you'll drive yourself insane.
You really will. So if these, and there are lots of virtual things out there, courses or, virtual sleep coaches or in-person sleep coaches. There's some people, if I had the money, I would have totally bought one. Well, I guess you wouldn't buy one.
By what?
But you would, I would procure these services of a baby sleep trainer.
What's that?
If somebody that will come in and train your baby to sleep.
No freaking way.
Swear on my life.
How much did it cost?
I don't know, but it was more than $50, so that's not my budget.
Just a touch more than $50.
Just a little bit. I had to do a little bit leg work for that $50, but I don't know what the cost is. But oh my God, when I come back as a millionaire, I'm done.
Oh my God. I totally would have paid for that. You know how, I didn't know about the technique you used because, of course, if they had it, I didn't hear about it. Only ones I ever heard about that I tried, which was the let him cry, which didn't work because he's stubborn and he would just lie there and cry for hours. Cry. Yeah. The other thing that I tried was giving him a bottle and putting cereal in his bottle because it would make him full, put cereal in with it. And mix it up so that it would be thick and it would make fill his belly and then he would sleep. That didn't work. What else did I try? God, I remember people telling me all kinds of different things, and this was before the internet. I think it was before Facebook even, so I didn't have that resource. But man, if I had known I could have paid someone to come in and train my kid to sleep, I would have been taking out loans.
And I would never want to do that job either.
No, that takes a special kind of person for sure. Was there a name? It's just a sleep trainer? Is that what they called it?
Sleep coach, I'm sure. It's something like sleep coach, baby sleep coach, baby. I don't know. Yeah, I didn't use it, so I don't know the name of it.
Should we do a search? Baby sleep coach, like Baby Gail on the other episode.
I know. We're not going to go down that rabbit hole. Just know it's out there. Google it yourself, people. I've given you the wisdom. You go find it.
Yeah, I think that's fantastic. I wonder, if it's, like I said, I would have taken out loans because when you're so sleep deprived, it's just, you're desperate. You can't accomplish anything.
Yes.
And it's upsetting. It's stressful because your baby's crying and you don't want your baby to cry. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Yeah, because what if they turn mean then because you let it cry? I don't know.
Yeah, right? They have that disorder where they don't get enough affection or I forget what that's called.
I don't know. What is
I think I saw it on Law and Order one time.
It's probably on Dr. Phil.
Dr. Phil. One of those.
Man. Yeah. I would have liked to have experienced that.
Yeah. Oh, I totally paid for it.
Whoever's sponsoring my next child can, I'm still accepting applications for that.
This child brought to you by...
There is no child, FYI, for everybody.
Okay. Oh, damn.
But I'm waiting for
a sponsor first.
I'm waiting for a sponsor before, making any further steps there. But the sponsor, I would also appreciate if they would get that sleep coach.
Ja. Mm-hmm. Well, maybe the sleep coach could sponsor it. And then, think of all the publicity that the sleep coach could get from all of our listeners.
Yes. Or maybe... just for other people, if this is going to be your first baby or second baby or whatever, if you're going to have a baby shower, maybe you could register for that.
That's a great idea. And people could just put money like a GoFundMe for a sleep coach.
Yeah. Cause that's the new thing with all gifts is that, people for their honeymoons are asking, or for weddings are asking for, money towards their excursions or their honeymoon. So it doesn't go directly to the couple. It goes to this fund.
Yeah. Which I think is a great idea.
Yeah. Cause who needs another set of pots?
I know.
Or another
I was talking to a girlfriend of mine who's Asian and we were talking about that movie, Crazy Rich Asians. Great movie. Have you seen it? It's very funny.
Yeah.
Anyway, but so we were asking her so is it really like that? She's like, well, kind of depends on the family and how Americanized you are or whatever. She said, but Asian weddings are usually big and we don't give gifts. We just give money. And so you usually get the money back, for whatever you put into the wedding.
Yeah.
And sometimes a little bit more, but that's basically kind of what happens. They don't bother with the gifts. And I was like, that sounds cold, but at the same time we register for stuff. So it's like, you already know.
Same thing, yeah.
Yeah. You may as well just get the cash and then go buy whatever you want,
Yeah. But then
I always
like,
thought registering was kind of goofy.
but if you register, people can use like coupons and stuff like that. Like they
Yeah,
can
I
use
guess
their
that's
red card to get 5% off or 5% back. So,
Okay.
I mean, there's all like, there's, you know, that's what I like to do. I like to look for those sales on the items that they want. That's what I do. Combo that 20% off coupon, you know.
Use a smart shopper.
So if you know, because that money would go a lot further that way than the cash. But we digress as usual.
Yeah. Well, what if you get the money for a sleep coach and then your baby sleeps through the night perfectly?
Maybe you just hire. Maybe you're like, just to make sure that they're not
right.
You know, sleeping through the night. Come over on Wednesday.
Or you could just save that for like nanny money or like babysitter money.
Yeah, but I don't think I think I would rather somebody go ahead and give me a credit towards somebody else. Do you know what I'm saying? Because like if I had the cash, I'd spend it on something else. I wouldn't spend it on a sleep coach. I'd probably still spend it on formula or
Yeah, you'd be tempted to use it for something else.
Yeah, but if somebody gave you that service, I feel like that would be different.
Yeah, that's true. God, I really could have used that. I'm so jelly of the people that have done that.
I know. Now I kind of like want to like just have one come in and make her go to sleep.
So wait, how is Baker sleeping now?
How old's your baby? He's having almost 2. It's fine. He's not. He's okay. He's just he still wakes up in the middle of the night because teething now. So we go through this thing where we're gonna have to do the sleep training thing again. I'm sure once these teeth finally break, and because 2 of them are broken through, but 2 of the other ones are coming up. So I know we're gonna have to do it again because that crutch is coming in. It's coming in.
Yeah.
So, but you know, I don't want to pump them full of Tylenol, you know, so if I can hold them for 20 minutes and you don't have to give them Tylenol, then I'd rather do that.
Man, you know, Luke, I think he must have been colicky, but I didn't know. So he just cried so much that I never could tell. People would say, oh, is he teething? I'm like, I don't know. He just always cries a lot.
Can we address that real quick?
Yeah.
When people are like, oh, you know, your baby's crying. It's like, bullshit.
Yeah.
I never knew what he wanted. Like, I would just guess. Like, you just guess until, like, he figured it out.
It was a process of elimination, for sure.
Yeah. Like, no, when people say that that's his hungry cry, it's like, no, the only thing I can think of is that they know when their babies eat. So they know that's when, you know, like they trick themselves, like Pavlov's, you know, theory.
Yeah. Well, and they think they're so cool because they're like, oh, it's the hungry cry.
Yeah. Bull.
I will say, though, the PO'd cry, the PO'd baby cry, there is that you can tell when they're PO'd.
I don't remember.
You don't remember? Oh, God. Luke would be like,
yeah. And now, whenever he gets like super pissy, it's because he's hungry. He gets hangry. He needs Snickers all the time. Yeah, for the record, I've never given him Snickers, guys. But he gets really hangry.
Yeah, Luke would get hangry too. But then he wouldn't eat. I'd have to shove the food in his mouth. And then he'd like taste it and then go, oh. Yes. And then he'd eat and he'd be fine. But he'd be so hangry, he wouldn't even accept the food.
Yeah.
And would act like, you know, no, I don't want that. I'm not hungry, you know. But then he'd shove it in his little mouth and shake it. And it gets all over the place. And then he goes,
You're like, huh.
And he eats and he's fine. You're like, oh my God.
You're like, I just
went through hell with you.
Yes.
Yeah. Babies. Love them.
So if you have any tips for listeners, head on over to our Facebook at I Can't Mom Today. You can email us and we'll post on your behalf for sure. Email us at ican'tmomtoday.podcast@gmail.com.
Yeah.
And then you can also make sure you subscribe, comment as well on our podcast right down there. I'm pointing down. Look at that little subscribe button.
That thing down there.
Yes. Subscribe. Give us your feedback because we want to hear from you because you are what drives us and we are here for you. So if you think you're like, just shut up, get to the point, in and out, wham, bam, we'll be more than happy to do that. Or if you're like, please talk some more because we love you so much, we'll be more happy to do that.
Please talk some more.
Yeah. Or maybe we'll do it every other week for you guys. You just tell us what you want.
Yeah. Yeah. And go on the Facebook page and make suggestions or tips or anything because that's for everybody.
Yeah. And if you know somebody that you want us to have as a guest on our show, let us know. Because
we're still trying to get Shalene Johnson, but you know.
Oh, girl. Come on, Shalene. Let's go. Let's go, Shalene.
Shout out Shalene.
Yes, we'll tag her in this. All right, until next time, thank you so much. Have a great day.
You too, bye.
Bye.